Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to King of the Sea Trident Trials Grand Finals over on the EU server. To nobody's surprise, Rain is here. They worked their way through the winner's bracket, winning the winner's bracket final, and on Riposte bringing two Kleber tournament editions, a Gdansk with Jersey Mike, a regular Kleber, Conqueror, and an Odin Tournament Edition. No cruisers whatsoever. Technically, the Odin TE does count as a cruiser for this tournament. Opposing them to the south is Pork, who worked their way through the winner's bracket, got knocked down when they faced Rain in the winner's bracket final, won the loser's bracket final for another shot at Rain in this best of three. Pork bringing two Klebers, as well, two Kleber tournament editions, plus a regular Kleber, and a Saint Vincent, an Odin tournament edition, and a Nevsky. Haven't seen a Nevsky playing for a bit, but there we are. Interesting, by the way, we have a Kleber TE that's choosing not to bring either iCUE or Honoré. Why wouldn't you want the buffed survivability expert from iCUE or the buffed adrenaline expert, or adrenaline rush, sorry, from Honoré? As a reminder, banned ships, Rain banned Svea and Salem, and Pork banned Moskva and Petropavlovsk. You will not see either of those ships during the course of this best of three, unless, of course, a team wishes to forfeit. Very early, fast push by Wolfast trying to get up and around the enemy group. We saw earlier John the Ruthless and a Kleber Tournament Edition working really well before he was doing a lot of work with Gangbarang. Gdansk able to utilize the smoke and the radar to great effect. Aegir coming under significant fire right now. He's going through one of his heals. You might want to try to go dark, but he does manage to go dark. For Amazing still shooting, still looking for it. Missing. You can see from the color tracers, both Kleber and Kleber TE are running survivability expert with iCUE, so they get the extra hit point pool. Something I think KMS Aegir here is kind of wishing he had that extra 50 points per tier. Probably make him feel a little bit healthier, not so dead. Well, while that battle fizzes out, we're going to take a look at the other side of the map. On the other side of the map, we've got John the Ruthless and the Gdansk smoking up, radaring for a moment there to see what's out there. And Pion Machu's Odin TE moving forward now. He's got Hydro up, so he should see these torpedoes. There he goes. And yes, that is correct. T-Tower minimap does have something where you can see nearby radars that pop up. A little warning. Back on the other side, Nevsky popping his radar, seeing what he can see. He sees nothing except Lukar's Odin AP shells just chewing on into him. I do not understand why he's getting stuck bow in. Oh. That AP, look at what he just did. 32,000 damage to the Nevsky. And Formazing's like, alright, sure, I'll kill you now. I mean, you know, Nevsky is a kiting boat, right? You kind of push with it. But you're better suited kiting away from targets, using radar when you need to, all that kind of stuff. And controlling the engagement. When you get stuck bow in like that, You have no control over your engagement. All right, well, the Klebears tag each other out and in as Wolf-Ass goes into the B-cap to try to grab it for Team Pork. Gangrang puts up the hydro. 7-kilometer hydro at that. John the Ruthless quite low. He doesn't get a heal. Continuing to just take these guesses as to where John the Ruthless is. They know he's low. They want the kill. They're not getting it. Oh, Gangrang detected. St. Vincent was ready for him. But Gang was also ready for St. Vincent. Look at all these torpedoes he gets to dodge now. Isn't he excited? Engine boost will help him dodge a little bit. Super heal will help him kind of heal up some of the damage he's taken. Now, Mesius, though, he's finally learned the importance of angling to the Odin, but that means he's just gonna get farmed out by 4 Amazing's Kleber, which feels bad. Oof. Deepest Dungeon, over on the other side of the map, takes out Hastronauts. Remember, he was tagged out of B-Cap and got himself detected somehow. Wolf. First blood going to Rain. Now, Mesius is going to burn out now. I mean, unfortunate. And there he goes. Goita mode takes some of those torpedoes we were talking about earlier. Ooh, Gangrang getting some more hits, but he's okay. He's out of heals, though. 2,000 hit points left for Gangrang. How can Pork get back into this? They're down 2 ships. They have 2 caps, though. They're down 2 ships. Rain does have 2 low HP players. And it looks like they're keeping the St. Vincent in the exact same spot where he's been torpedoed. This feels kind of odd to me. But okay. Odin over here for Pork. Beyond getting into the A-cap. John the Ruthless spotted. Shells. Do not connect. Island in the way. I actually met John the Ruthless in person at the CC Summit. Nice guy. Came over to me and said, "Hi, Zath, do you know who I am?" I'm like, "Nope, I don't know your voice. Sorry." Like, well, I'll give you a hint. I play in KOTS. I'm like, okay. Lots of people play in KOTS. Finally told me who I was, and he was. And I'm like, holy hell, it's you. He's like, it's me. Those were fun times. Those were fun times. Deepest Dungeon now able to grab the B-cap pretty much uncontested because Goita mode is being pushed back. I like the audacity, though, of Pion pushing forward here. I don't know if he's going to like the single-fire torpedoes that Deepest Dungeon is eating out his way, or the torpedoes that Gangrang is eating out either. Looks like Deepest Dungeon's torpedoes will miss. Wolf-Ass trying to shoot him now. Goita mode continuing to just back off with his St. Vincent. Waited for Deepest to come around the corner. Smacked him a little bit. Not enough damage, though. And Aegir goes down to 4 Amazing's Kleber. Deepest Dungeon's like, I really want to kill you. So I'm coming for you. What are you gonna do about me? Well, they get the kill, but I have a feeling that this is going to end up being a dead St. Vincent as well, a trade that Pork really can't afford to make. Yep. And I have a strong feeling game one's going to go to Rain here. Just don't see a way back in. I like Pion's attempt to make a play over there up to the north with the Odin TE. That was probably the bright spot for Pork in this game. Meanwhile, he's got 2 low health destroyers and Dastard as the final boss. Oh, and Lucar. Over on the side. So all that's left now is Wolf-Ass on the bottom of the map, trying to save his star. That's literally it. And he's saying, to hell with this, and he's going to stop and take a torpedo on purpose to die so that we can just move on with our Sunday. Ooh, that torpedo broke his back. Did Rain break the back of Pork? Stay tuned to find out. See what I did there? All right, game 1 goes to Rain. And that was on riposte. I didn't put the map rotation in. Apologies for that. Don't know how much that matters. Gonna go ahead and run a commercial break just because I have a feeling they're gonna want to start pretty quick again. Oops. Of course, it would help if I hit the right button. Right button would be good. There's the right button. Okay, so riposte. And then Photo Islands, the Photo Islands, my map. And then we finish on Neighbors. Should this go to game 3? Bam. Planned start time is 59. All right. Cool. So here's your best of 3. There you go. No idea why the maps look that way, by the way, but it is what it is. Something got messed up, I think, in the streamer pack that was sent out. So, it is what it is. Not gonna worry about it too much. Ooh, I'm being pinged. What's going on? Zero. Yeah, that's right. North America starts in 10 minutes. We are just finishing game 1 of Grand Final. Manage poll. Stay on Grand Final. No. I'm not going to put that to a poll. I'll leave that as it is. Does the Odin TE get special mods? Yes. It gets a special engine boost. It's a special engine boost, and then it also gets the other big thing it gets the short recharge, fast recharge, damage control parties. Rain is readied up. I'm just going to post that I'm ready whenever, just in case that kind of encourages Pork to ready up. If this goes 2-0, we will probably only miss the first game of the NA finals. We'll have to see. I really want it to go. I really want it to go to game 3. All due respect to Resin and HSR, great teams as well. over on NA, and I'm looking forward to that that matchup. Unfortunately, it just isn't going to work timing-wise for us today because of EU taking a while. This goes back to what I was talking about before, where I feel like if once the losers bracket match is determined, just get it going as soon as you can. Like, forget about start time and stuff like that. Don't hold it to start at the same time as the winners bracket round. Just get it going. That might have saved about 20 minutes. I don't necessarily know if that would have been a big deal or not. We'll have to find out. For those of you guys wondering, on the North American side of things, I can share with you guys the playoff bracket. Put the right screen up for you. So, in the North American bracket, we are starting with Resin and Honkai Star Rail. And that's where we're scheduled to start. We'll jump on in and grab what we can. And then from there, we go to the winners brackets, and then down here, then up here again. Basically the same kind of thing we did today on EU, okay? All right, Revenge, take care, dude. Wish I could join you, but, you know, scheduling things happen. Okay, commercials have gone out, perfect. All right. Still waiting on one person from Pork. 5 minutes to go for them. I can just maybe hang out in the draft channel and listen. Ah, there we go. Game 2 started. All right. Victor, hi. It's going. It's going. All right. Let's get this figured out. We are reversed screens. Here we go. Alrighty then, here we go. Game 2 of Rain versus Pork. This is the grand final for all the marbles, all the women. Pork needs a miracle here. They need to get cooking. They have a Kleber Tournament Edition, a Habrask, another Habrask. Oh, interesting. A Nevsky, a St. Vincent, and an Odin TE with Lutyens, but not using the skills. On the other side of the map, we have Rain with 2 Kleber Tournament Editions, a Gdansk, a regular Kleber, Conqueror, and an Odin Tournament Edition. Again, basically the same lineup. Kabbas are an interesting choice here. Kabas are a very interesting choice. I'm going to go to the map screen for a second here and pull up my calculator. I am very curious. The French guns, if I remember right, are 149 millimeter. And you divide that by 6 for the HE penetration formula, which is 25 millimeters of armor plating that the Kleber's will pen. Kaba has 50 millimeters of side plate armor. So, are they considering Kaba as a potential counter? To the Kleber spam that they know was coming. And also Gdansk too. They'll obviously not get full penned from the Gdansk. Odin doesn't care about armor, neither does Conqueror. So that basically means 4 out of the 6 players on the enemy team cannot HE penetrate that boat, which is interesting. Also interesting is Aegir just walking into the sea cap. Oh, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a brown alert moment. Was the first game close? Yes, Duckman, it was extremely close, especially at the very start. Pion moving around the B-cap. We saw him do this before for Pork and the Odin. He gets to face 2 Klebers plus a Conqueror in a little bit. So if Pork is going to put all of their beef at the sea cap, then you'd think that they'd get moving. Nevsky's spotted. Now Mesius once again spotted. This time he's splashing his deck crew because he has forward firing depth charges. Hello, Seabear. Thanks for checking on YouTube. And since Dastard is obviously on the other side of the map, I suppose now Mesius doesn't have to worry so much about crossfire from the other side. Going on over here. John the Ruthless getting a big hit there. I think that was the St. Vincent that smacked him. Yeah, and the Nevsky. There's the smoke. And another big hit on John. He is still spotted. Some more hits on John. He's got a fire. He's going to have to DCP that, I would think. 329 hit points. There's the DCP. Oh my god, they got to know he's low. They get the kill! John the Ruthless going down. First blood goes to Pork. They bite off a piece of rain. Deepest Dungeon, the audacity, going into B-cap. Pion gets to play now with a Conqueror. Isn't he lucky? Isn't he lucky? And all the torpedo spam in the world, just as his Hydro is expiring. That is unfortunate. Deepest predicting that Pion is going to turn. Oh no, this is going to be disastrous for Pion. He's going to take 2. It's going to force out the DCP. He's got the heal going. And he's fortunate that he slowed down. Still feels just really bad. I mean, this poor guy's just getting beat up. And Gangbang, the lone Kleber Tournament Edition, on the other side of this island, facing off against Hastronauts and the Kaba. You can see Gang trying to use AP to penetrate the 50mm armor plating. Remember I said Odin doesn't care about armor plating? You just saw what happened there. 17k. Sorry, 8,000. There's the DCP. So they get the kill. But I'm pretty sure Astronauts knows he's about to die. Yeah. Yoink. Alright, so Pork with a very important kill. Rain looking to even up the score. Pian trying to back up at this island, keeping the Conqueror Dastard from being able to shoot at him. Meanwhile, shooting back at Formazing's Kleber. That's a standard Kleber. Pian's not going to be around for much longer. This is indeed a weird map. Can he get the super heal off? He's got one super heal left. DCP is going to expire in a moment. Now that split fire is on purpose. He wants to shoot and adjust based off of what Formazing is doing to dodge. He gets the super heal off. He fires the first one, and then he adjusts his aim so that his second and third salvos have a better chance of hitting their target. He does come away with the hits. Formazing completely unloading into Pian. He does get the DCP up. That's the last of his DCP charges. Good thing he's got the DCP mod. St. Vincent connects. Formazing does still have the DCP available. All eyes are now on Pian. Can he make another connection on Formazing? Or will the St. Vincent shells connect? Formazing takes a couple hits, but magically a lot of those shells just disappear. Hate when that happens. No more heals left, no more DCPs left. A single fire will be fatal for Pian. Formazing is able to just W out of there. Wow. Wow on multiple fronts. Goiter mode misses. All this been going on. Take a look at the other side of the map. We've got a Nevsky versus Odin. Nevsky versus Odin, and the Odin says die. Wow, Lucar just executing Nameless. Nalmesius by punching him in the face. And just like that, Pork has all caps and wins in 2 minutes and 50 seconds, assuming they can just live. Wolfast, we didn't catch going into the A cap. Now, Lucar is going to get into C, and that will stem the bleeding of the points. Aegir only has one final Hydro available. Wolfast really needs to get his Kaba back into position. Another big hit there on McDastard's big back in the Conqueror. Ooh, Deepest Dungeon getting some hits on Aegir. Aegir allowing the... I don't like this at all. Not only is he allowing the engagement, but he turned to the right, which gave him a little bit more opportunities. Big hit there from the St. Vincent. Apologies, St. Vincent. Now, that kill does a lot of things that require math. A lot of things that require math. I don't know that I like the idea of just constantly moving forward right now. What you really want to be doing is playing games with your throttle if you can't change course. So he's trying to use his funny torps, which makes sense, but because he's moving at full speed, like, again, I wouldn't want to be moving at full. I'd want to be moving half, get the turrets turned, get the torps turned, whatever. The closer you close in with Dastard, the worse things are going to get for you.
The enemy is about to win.
Does he get the torp off? Dastard's going to use the final torpedo. And that leaves us with 3 ships from Rain and only 2 ships left for Pork. But effectively, only 1 ship available. That's Wolf-Ass, who has no choice but to run to the B-cap. He does not have radio location. Amazing does not have radio location. Nobody has radio location on Rain. So Rain is just going to have to, you know where Wolf-Ass is probably going to go and make their appropriate guesses. Well, now they spotted him, so they don't need to guess anymore, I suppose. This has been a wild game. But again, if you're detected, you know that there's probably a Kleber Tournament Edition ship that's spotting you with the torpedoes and stuff. Wouldn't you want to try to move a little bit? Ironically enough, he just follows the white line and Phoebus Dungeon misses because he didn't fire on the white line.
The enemy is about to win.
Amazing manages to knock out engines. Where are you looking? You're looking left. He has to get this cap. So all Formazing has to do is prevent that cap, right? Just keep going for resets. Formazing stopping and reversing here. You can see from his angle, it makes it extremely difficult for Wolf-Ass to get the hits. He just got 1. But Wolf-Ass keeps getting reset. And Formazing is just able to shoot for free over the front of the island because the center of his ship is what's spotting his center of the ship. And this island is right in between that center line. So he's able to shoot his guns for free out of the bow. Another hit on Formazing. Deepest dungeon detected. He's trying to kill Pion Pion because, of course, Pion Pion doesn't have a DCP, so a fire kills him. Here's the reload booster from Formazing. He's just going to come out and get the kill on Wolf-Ass now. Odin goes down, and so does Wolf-Ass. Pork is done. And with that, the tournament is over on EU. Ladies and gentlemen, Rain wins again. The first iteration of King of the Sea Trident Trials. Congratulations, Rain. I'm getting out of here as quickly as I can because guess what, guys? We have another tournament to run.